Howdy. Let's see. Is this public? Yeah. Just making sure. Hello, Bobby. Conkrite. Brian. Oh, that's a little micro ball. That's a little micro eyeball. Don't want that one. I don't want to save that one though. I'm trying to find the perfect eye for this. Horrific clutch Swimbait. Gross. Gross. What are these? 12 millimeter. Hello, Jason Hanna. Kyle. Hey, Kyle. You were I got a notification like a little while ago that you commented on Frank the Tank's post. The crazy thing about it, look what I was painting. Are you psychic, bro? Are you psychic? How did you know? How did you know it was Black Crappie Day? See if these fit. Bobby, sorry to hear that, but gives you more time to fondle your balsa. Hello, AJ. How was the honeymoon? Are you back, or are you sitting somewhere tropical, enjoying a nice mahi fillet? Tell us. Do tell. Bobby, when you got the Rona, a man can sit and count his balsa. Oh man, that is not sexy. Unfortunately, boys, this eye is not sexy. I might have to do something about that. We might have to do a. I think I'm gonna have to change this. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a. I'm gonna go the extra level here, and I don't have time for it, but I'm gonna do customize. That's what it's gonna have to be. We're gonna have to make our own. So that'll be it. I'll have to do that at a later date because this is going to be a shorty today, boys, because I got to go pick up the bean. 46 kids out of school. I hope whatever is going around we've already had. We were on the front. We were on the front side of the plague. So conch fritters are delicious. Very, very delicious. Conch is delightful. I wish we had more conch around here, but we don't have much conch here in the Mobile Gulf of Mexico area. Jeremy, me and you both, bro. They're ugly as shit. And you can't tell me. Like, they look very amateur. Like, how long did that shit take to carve? You know what I mean? Come on. Younger kids have the flu. Sorry, Scott. Maybe you have some sort of chamber you can go hide in so you don't catch the York flu. Not legal to harvest. AJ checked on the flight. He was flying home from his tropical paradise, and he said, wonder where I can go. Wonder where the closest place is I can go and get my hands on some of these conchs. How's a man get some conks in here? Not a fan. Hello, Little Rich. What's new in Little Rich land? Sounds like everybody's got the crud. I don't feel good. I have a headache right now. That could be from lacquer thinner. Amy's sick. Kids are okay. We're talking about doll eyes, Eric. I'm trying to put these little bastards in these things, but my eyes don't look so good. Did y'all see the new clutch crappie of all things? Like, this is a damn crappie, bros. I don't know what they were looking at when they made a crappie, but that's a damn crappie. Old and hardy. Scott, I wish I could say the same, but it seems like my immune system and everything I've called in my up until this point has been worthless. School districts around here have been closing down because so many kids have the flu or too many teachers are out. Wow, that's pretty bad. How ugly is the baby boss? The wife and I have been sick with the flu, dude. We had I don't know what we had. I think it was RSV, but the baby tested at the doctor positive for the flu and RSV about a month ago. And whatever we had was awful. And I will go on record to say we've had RSV probably twice, adult RSV from the kids. And that shit's worse than the Rona, than the flu, than anything I've ever had. That shit was awful. Road apples. John already went through the Christmas COVID. That's fun. Hello, BBC. Builder dude, how goes it? Is the worst I can remember. But yeah, I don't know. These flus going around these days, they're pretty horrific. They are pretty horrific. Mic not work? No. I don't know what this damn lemon you sent me is, BBC. No wonder you sent it to me. I had to go back to my damn internal mic. But there's something going on. Like, I even went to turn off to where you can dictate that no dictation, to where the mic wouldn't maybe pick up anything. But I was getting echo with for some reason, just randomly, my camera mic started getting echo. And then this one gets echo. And I can't figure out what's pulling it, because there's not any microphones on. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Maybe it's the Kyle. I would probably like this if I wouldn't say I'd like it. I could stomach it if it didn't have the texture on it, because I laid down some scales on this bait today, and I wanted to do a little shadowing on it, give it a little depth. And I wasted my time, because when I pulled the mesh off, guess what? You couldn't even see that I did anything. That's why I hate scaled baits. It all started with the removal of the bait wall. I think you're right. I was looking at the bait wall, and I was looking at my boxes of baits, and then I got overwhelmed about how I was going to rebuild the bait wall. Like, what order? Because I could make that bait wall nothing but B3s. And I started thinking about that. I was like, people probably wouldn't enjoy seeing that as much. But I don't know. Maybe I just get rid of this big black thing. Bring the bait wall back. I kind of liked it better without it. This thing. I kind of like it the old way. And I think I had more room. So, yeah, I'm being haunted by the crankbaits. They got removed. They finally got their time to shine. You know what I mean? They got a little taste of the camera. They got a taste of Hollywood with the bright lights on them. And they said, "Oh yeah, now people get to see us and enjoy us." Not anymore. Are those all WECs? They are. They are. 48 of them. 48 beautiful Ed Chambers nuggets that I get to blast over his beautiful artwork. It's an eyesore. We won't. Now it's just a catch-all. Correct, Morgan. I don't have that kind of wad. Know what I mean? I haven't. I've been meaning to talk to him. I tried to call. I tried to call the man today to have a little discussion, a little heart to heart, because Painter Dude is going to need to take some liberties on some of these. We're going to need to do these my way. And it'll be great. They'll look awesome, but he needs to put these in the hands of Painter Dude. Ed is going to come down here and chop my dick off. The ghost of Ed, of course, for painting his damn beautiful crankbaits. Could you send in Jeremy, I don't think it would take off too much, but it might. Like that bait's pretty thin. I mean, I think you certainly could. But the only way to sand this bait down enough to make it look good is to put it on a belt sander and put a cinder block on top of it, and then you sand till the block starts hitting. I think that's the best way to, because if you just wanted to sand the scales down on this, it ain't gonna do nothing. Like, you ain't gonna polish that turd, bro. The ghost of Ed could be causing my echo. Thanks, Jeremy. I would like to meddle, Ed. Sorry if y'all have to listen to this annoying noise. In general, yeah, it's been done on bull sheds. And those seem to have worked fine. But you would almost be better off maybe taking like skimming them with Bondo. Maybe. If you really were, like, if you were me and you had a real job and you just tinkered with baits on the weekends and you were really liked your shit looking a certain way, you could take a few hours out of your weekend and slick your bait up with some Bondo or something. But me, no, I ain't got time for that. Unless somebody wants me to pay me to do that, and I'll do it. Stop. Sorry. That's my alarm to go get the bean, but I got time. Yo, Darius, what's new on K Lake? Did you get out there? Great show last night, Eric. I don't know if it was a great show or if it's Manson was gone. But I'm trying to think what else is new. Got some got all these. Got all these I gotta send you, Eric. You know, the huge. These are sexy. These are sexy. Nobody can see them because of the glare, but we got some nice looking things. I found one of these stashed away. People say these are desirable now. All of a sudden, that these have been made desirable. I went to the old. There's a yard sale up the street. I went and checked it out. It wasn't up the street, but it was a pretty good ways away. I went and checked it out. They're supposed to have some fishing gear. I bought a shad wrap. I guess it's a shad wrap. It's a deep runner from Ireland, number 9 shad wrap. I'm going to paint it something pre-spawny. I don't know what color that would be. That's what I was thinking, Darius. Like, why would this be desirable? There's got to be 6 million of these floating around. Like, it's not rare. Like, Darius, how many of these from the year, from let's say the late 90s, do you think we're stuck to logs and stumps on the bottom of Kentucky Lake by the end of April? Dude, I bet if you took you a little bit of dive gear, you could have probably found 60 of these things. Both. I don't know what Model A this is. I'm not a bomber aficionado. I don't know jack about them. I don't know jack about bombers. A lot of them were Scott's, and he wants them back, just like in the Goonies. He wants them all back. These were my dreams, my wishes. And I'm taking them back. I'm taking them all back. Is that right, Scott? You've been doing that? You've been buying every one you see on eBay since then? Goonies never say die, York. Yo, Clay, what's new? Guy's still throwing it. I mean, it's a cool color. Reflective, like fluorescent orange, clear chartreuse. I mean, clear fluorescent orange over reflector bait, red back, red shoulders, black back. It's nice. It's even got a whole autograph. Larry Nixon signed this one. Oh man, I would love to get on Whatnot and get about 50 people on there that didn't know who I was and just start acting like an asshole and being like, "Oh, we got this red crankbait. I'm gonna list this one for $50 because it's been signed by. Let's see if I can read his name. Doug Lyon. Doug Lyon signed this bait. He autographed it for somebody. Well, yeah, he autographed it for somebody. So this is a custom signature one. So start the bidding at 50. It wouldn't take. The funny thing about the internet is it doesn't take one person saying that's a Larry Nixon signature and it was printed on. It would take 49 people to all write the same thing. Everybody would have to tell me what a dumbass I was and that his name was Larry Nixon. Do a whatnot drunk. Yeah, I think there's other whatnotters that fill that gap, fill that niche. Was it the Fire Tiger one? If I had my bait wall, I could reach and grab. But some dumbass came through here and took it down. Clay, I think the key I've noticed with whatnot is you can get some pretty fair deals. The key is you have to buy more than one thing. Because they always say, you got a good deal for $4. It's like, well, I'm actually paying $9 because of shipping. So that bait cost me $9, which is not a great deal. But if you stack them and you get a bunch of $4 baits and then you pay $6-7 shipping, then it makes sense. When you like, I feel like if you can get enough baits to where you tack on an extra $1 per bait. So if you're paying $7 shipping and you need to buy 7 baits, so you can just make it $1 extra per bait, or buy 14, make it 50 cents extra. So Clay, we're all the same. We all want 11. We all want to turn it up to 11, bro. Dude, I after you sent me that, I went and watched scenes from that movie, and I was in the kitchen making myself a sandwich, just laughing my ass off at how funny Spinal Tap is. Scott and Eric are raising the price of the chartreuse model now because Eric's only got a handful and Scott liked them better. What does that mean exactly? I also like to analyze the market like some kind of business, but I'm just an armchair dummy. Yeah, it's kind of fun to see what people buy. Like, I like watching the kind of junk people buy. But I feel like, and I keep hearing it on a lot of these whatnotters streams, but they list like 5 or 6 baits and nobody bids on them. And they always say, y'all want mega bass, don't you? And they start talking about mega bass. Like, if you put up a mega bass bait, like, people just like, their dicks explode when you show them a mega bass. They're like, oh, take my money. I don't get it. And it's just in the whatnot community that, like, if you want people to get excited, just show them some sort of mega bass something. Darius, I was a big Larry Nixon fan myself. I even adopted his double hook set a couple times in my career, my amateur career. Sometimes you just need that extra pump. Yeah, I don't know what it was, Clay. Like people be selling decent stuff and nobody be buying it. And I wouldn't say decent. I won't say decent. I'll take that back. Not decent stuff, but just like stuff. And and the seller always like goes to Megabass. It's like their crutch. It's like, oh, you want Megabass? And then the dude puts up I saw one dude sell a Megabass pop Max, I guess it was, which is a shitty popper anyway. And it sold for like $12. And I was like, just keep it, dude. Like, who cares? Jeremy, I've never purchased a 110. But it's weird. I've been gifted 110s. And the reason I was gifted 110s was because a couple different people have dicked up bait orders. And as a I'm sorry, they threw in a Megabass 110. No, I don't know. I don't like who's throwing Megabass. How many 110s you think you painted? Oh, total probably 100. Not a ton. Not a ton. Randy, yeah. Like, but who's throwing that other like all their other baits? Like we know people have a shit ton of 110 jerk baits. But what about all the other? I guess the 110 line probably pays for all that other shit to be made, and they just make it for fun. Because I'm very rarely like the best guys I know, like digging through their tackle, like they don't have any Megabass shit. They'll have some of the jerk baits, but like other baits, they don't have those. I guess people picked up a few S cranks back in the day, but they don't even S crank anymore. They don't even S crank, bro. What else did I find? Oh, I did find an old. I won't tell you the maker, but I sanded all the paint off of it, and it stinks, bro. It smells like. It smells like. It smells kind of like lacquer thinner right now, but it smells like rat piss soaked cardboard that somebody used as an ashtray and smoked like 6 cartons of Winston's in like 1980. That's what this smells like. With a little, and they tried to kill the smell with some lacquer thinner. But this bait probably has the sexiest yellow plastic that I've ever seen. It is succulent. I mean, it is just like delicious. And I think I'm just going to do very little to this thing and let it. Oh, my beautiful eyes. I'm just going to let it roll as is. I have a dozen S Crank 1.2s. Got them half off. That's a good purchase. I didn't fall in love with the S Crank. It was a decent running bait. I didn't love the action, and it got a little too deep for my liking. But the thing about this bait is that, like, I can't paint that. You know what I mean? Like, I can't make a bait look like that. That's that old, just like smoky looking yellow. Here's what a normal butyrate looks like your typical stuff. It's looking like that. And when you hold this one up next to it, like it's like yellow. Scott, he blew the surprise. He blew the trivia question that was going to get you 16 Burnses, if you could name it. It is a Rogers. It is a Rogers. Which is, I don't know, that's a company, Scott, I don't know much about. You know much about the Big Jim and the Rogers crankbaits? Wow, that looks way better. And I just didn't even do anything. Still doesn't look right. Looks a little. He's a little flashy. We'll get there tomorrow. But send you 30 to paint. Do yours look like that? Are yours that yellow? Or have you not? You probably wouldn't know because they're covered in paint. But I will say, Rogers put a pretty. Whoever built these for Rogers, or if Rogers made them in-house, whatever, compared to a Norman, seams are impeccably clean. They even clear-coated their baits, which you wouldn't think. You would think it'd be all single stage with the hardener in the paint, so you didn't have to clear-coat it. But this was a painted with a clear coat. It was very thin, but it was there. Like you like on a wiggle wart, you can just wipe, like take lacquer thinner and just wipe the paint off. Normans, you can do that too. Some of them. But this one, I thought I was going to be able to just wipe the paint off. But they had something tough on there. It took me a little bit to get to the bottom of this cookie. I like the. They're pretty decent. Oh, I like them, Bobby. I like the little ones. But the big ones are cool. A little shorter build and like a big end. A little shorter, a little wider, a little heavier. Let's see what the weight difference is. There's a pretty significant weight difference. I want grams or ounces. And then I got to leave. Big end, ½ ounce. Big Jim, 3/4 of an ounce. Scott, if your grandfather smoked 5 or 6 packs of Camels, your baits will indeed look like this. It's destined to. All right. I'm out of here, boys. Oh, I found this thing too. I found this old thing. Let's see if I can purdy it up. But time for me to go. Later, boys. Oh, I might have a live stream planned. Maybe tomorrow. No, tomorrow's Wednesday. Maybe Thursday. I have a guest. Old and semi-retired painter dude. All right. See y'all.